What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when Rick the Rock runs wild on you? Hi there, this is the People's WWE channel, the most electrifying channel on YouTube. We are on the road to Survivor Series. I am Rick the Rock, and this is the People's electrifying Raw and Superstars review. Excuse me. Before I do my review, I do want to mention WWE 2K15. It's an alright game overall. Graphics are good. When John Cena comes out, he talks to the camera just like on WWE TV. There are a couple of things on it. WWE 2K Showcase, focusing on John Cena versus CM Punk and Shawn Michaels versus Triple H, so those two rivalries. If you can unlock superstars, I've already unlocked Booker T, Alberto Del Rio, Shawn Michaels and Rey Mysterio. Because if you play the roster straight away, there isn't that many on the roster. Also, there is Who Got NXT. You create your own superstar, go through the Performance Center. I presume you go on to main event. So if you fight the people on NXT, so Bo Dallas, Rusev, Corey Graves, Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville. Then I presume you go to main event, and Raw and SmackDown win titles, and eventually main event WrestleMania. Also, if you at the next PCW event at the end of November, Super Show of Honor, because it's Ring of Honor and PCW. I will go through the few matches that have been made already. It will be Brodie Clay versus the Ring of Honor champion Michael Elgin, Martin Kirby versus Lance Storm, Paul London versus Bubblegum, Dave Mastiff versus Adam Cole, Madam Massa versus Delirious, UR Nation versus Tommaso Ciampa, Cedric Alexander versus Mark Andrews versus Noam Dar versus ACH versus Joey Hayes versus Dean Allmark, Team Single versus the Briscoe Brothers versus The Decade versus Red Dragon. Also, I think it's on the third show on the Saturday. The main event will be Chris Masters versus UR Nation for the PCW Championship. Also on the Friday, it's I'm the Tag Team Champions. That's Chris Brooker, that's a comedy segment. If you've been to PCW, you know what that's about. So, on with the review. On Raw, we have the shocking return of Mr. McMahon. So, a great way to kick off Raw. He came out with Triple H and Silver Man taught, and he said that at Survivor Series, if Team Authority don't win, there will be no authority. They will no longer be in power. Dean Ambrose beats Cesaro, so going for Dean Ambrose here. But I do think Cesaro does need a push. If you didn't know, Cesaro did make comments backstage about the Randy Orton versus John Cena match. We've seen it for 1,000th time. People want to see new stars. So that's why he's losing. Bray Wyatt did come out during the match. Dean Ambrose went up the ramp. Lights went out. Bray Wyatt was gone. In another single match, the Miz beat Jimmy Uso. So going for the Miz here. Is that where we're going to see the Usos taking on Miz and Miz down? Tyson can beat Sheamus by count out. So big win for Sheamus here. Is it Tyson here? They're really pushing him. Then after the match, Sheamus kicked Tyson. If you didn't know, all this month, the WWE Network is free, as well as Survivor Series. Dolph Ziggler was in the ring. The Authority came out, so Triple H, Steve McMahon came, Seth Rollins, Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. They talked. At one point, Dolph Ziggler looked like he was going to join the Authority, but he said no. So then, as we now know, Seth Rollins and Kane will be on Team Authority with Seth Rollins as the captain, and on Team Cena will be John Cena and Dolph Ziggler, where I presume Cena will be the captain. Then it was Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental title. At one point, it looked like Seth was going to win, but out came Randy Orton, RKO'd Seth, and cost him the match. That was a good segment there. Ryback beat Titus O'Neil, not much to be said there. It was World's Strongest Man versus The Giant. Big Show beat Mark Henry by DQ because Mark hit Big Show with the ring steps, and then after the match, did the World's Strongest Slam onto Big Show, onto the ring steps. It was Divas action. Nikki Bella beat Emma, so going for Nikki there. And AJ was on commentary. After the match, Nikki told Brie to go and slap AJ. AJ slapped Brie back and went after Nikki, so this is a good way to hype up the Divas match, the Divas title. Rusev beat Zack Ryder, so not much to be said there. And then Lana talked, and then Sheamus came out talking. In another singles match, Fernando beat Stardust, so going for Fernando here. Are we going to see Los Matadores being pushed? I think we should. I think they do deserve a push. On SmackDown, it will be Goldust and Stardust for the Usos versus the Usos in a steel cage match for the WWE Tag Team titles. So that's a good match made for SmackDown, but I just don't understand why the Usos are getting another title shot. And your main event, a decent main event, Seth Rollins beat Randy Orton, so a big win for Seth here. And then after the match, Randy was shaking out the hands of Kane, Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble. He shook Seth Rollins' hand and RKO'd him. He also RKO'd Joey Mercury outside the ring, and then Seth Rollins took out Randy Orton with a curb stomp to Randy, both on the announcer's table and on the steel steps. I give that Raw 6 Bramble Balls out of 10. If you didn't know, Randy Orton is going to film The Condemned 2. The first one was a very good film, so I'm looking forward to the second one. Also, on the WWE Network, if you didn't know, immediately after Raw, Rusev beat Sheamus, so therefore Rusev is a new United States champion. On Superstars, Jack Swagger beat Heath Slater and Adam Rose beat Curtis Axel, so good win for those two there, and I give that 5 Rambo Balls out of 10. I am having a Halloween bonfire night party tonight, so fireworks and hot dogs and lots of food. Also having fireworks tomorrow on bonfire night. So what we're going to see at Survivor Series is Rusev going to join Team Authority. Is Ryback going to join Team Cena? Are we going to see Big Show versus Mark Henry? Are we going to see Nikki Bella versus AJ for the Divas title? Are we going to see Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose? Are we going to see the rematch Rusev versus Sheamus? What's going to happen with Gold and Stardust? What's going to happen with Dolph Ziggler? Let me know on your comments and subscribe and share below, and let us smack down on that like button. What did you think about the return of Mr. McMahon? What did you think about Raw? As always, thanks for watching. I will be doing a NXT and main event review, also a SmackDown review. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.